Hi guys, thanks for viewing. I am Coach Adrien. All my clinics are planned to help viewers make happy everyday choices. We live in the information age, and depending on where one lives, one could have difficulty accessing certain services if he or she is not literate, that is, not being able to read and write. This thought prompted me to talk about education. Our issue is the often repeated advice: get an education, get an education. What are the underlying messages in this statement? On the surface, the message is you are illiterate. Secondly, I thought of, in some cases that I have heard that statement made, the message is that the posture of the person in question does not reflect that he or she is schooled or sufficiently instructed in the conventional wisdom of the time. Additionally, the often unsolicited advice, that's how I describe it, strongly suggests that the person addressed is not formally educated or schooled in a recognized institution of learning from whence knowledge and wisdom flow. This issue forces me to ask the question, what is true education? Here is a market response, and I want to quote it for you, a market response. Education is generally referred to as the discipline that is concerned with methods of teaching and learning in schools or school-like environments, as opposed to various non-formal and informal means of socialization. Aha! So in the market, everything with respect to education and learning must be institutional. The process is related to a curriculum, that is a body of information which is bought and sold, and for which one is credentialed to perform or to assume certain roles in the society, in the economy, or in state apparatuses. That is to say, the curricula which are not institutionally accepted or acknowledged, or as is in vogue today, which are not accredited, are not recognized as accepted transmitters of educational services. And the acquisition of knowledge from non-accredited institution or means are not authentic, genuine, trustworthy, and accurate. Therefore, one may conclude that people who are educated or socialized in non-market or non-liberal environments are uneducated, quote unquote, meaning they need to get an education. Of course, this position is challenged by the fact that one, knowledge comes from multiple sources. Two, No one person or institution has the monopoly on knowledge, and free education must supply or facilitate the material and non-material needs of the people in society. So one may conclude, when the formal socialization process, institutional education, which in some cases are really institutionalized brainwashing into a body of philosophy and practice, could be this institution and this process of socialization, or if you want, quote unquote, brainwashing, could be responsible. Responsibility can be attributed to that. They could be responsible for returning maladjusted or dysfunctional people in society. No wonder we hear a lot today about people who are graduated and people, even people with degrees, first degrees and second and postgraduate degrees, they can't speak, they cannot write, they do not have basic understanding of social behavior. They cannot understand basic processes of relationship, of exchange, and they cannot express themselves as they should. And therefore, society has a difficulty with that. And also the market has a difficulty with that. I have heard so much from some of the managers that I train as a certified business and professional and executive coach. Now, contrary to the first perspective, the holistic education perspective contains that the goal of education is to cultivate in a developing child its physical, emotional, and psychological and spiritual attributes. They argue, that perspective argues, that education is suitable for the whole child. Education must be suitable or tailored or structured for the whole total child development. And it must provide the child with that personalized opportunities for the child to develop skills and to handle and manage his emotions and feelings. Why is it that a great many people believe that the holistic education would make society a happier place to live? Well, guys, I have learned from people that one's happiness is not simply derived from material accumulation, but it is in finding the longings of that inner heart, the mind, as he or she seeks to accomplish his or her dreams. There is no happiness without that inner peace. That is what people say to me. My conversation, from my readings, from my experience with people. One educator says, and I quote, "True education is beyond earning degrees. It is more than book knowledge. Education means inculcating moral values, positive thinking, attitude of helping, attitude of giving to society, and ethical values." And they argue that only with these, people are able to bring positive changes in society. I want to draw from the Christian perspective. The Bible teaches that education or socialization must lead man to connect with his creator, that is God. For man came out of the hand of God, not from evolution. This is why Christian education directs the process of human development towards God's objective for man. And what is that? That is godliness of character and action. A Bible-based curriculum prepares people for the society and the economy, allow you to work and to be productive and to develop community, but it directs its effort to the end, and that is that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. And I quoted 2 Timothy 3 verse 17. You can read the detail in 2 Timothy chapter 3. This is from the writing of Apostle Paul. Now that we know, guys, we all need to get an education, a holistic education, and an education that connects us back with God. And with God, this education is a lifelong education. And we always end our clinic by reminding ourselves of the two principles that help us make wise decisions, happy decisions. The first one is from William Penn. Wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Right is right, even if no one is doing it. And the other one, truth is truth, even if no one believes it. And a lie is a lie, even if everyone believes it. And we usually end with our word to the wise. Our word to the wise comes from the wise man himself, King Solomon. We are quoting the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 10. Solomon said to us that the fear of God, reverence for God, the fear of the Lord, he said, is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. Solomon said that's where education begins. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom and knowledge. For more information, visit my website, www.goadriens.com. And I want you please look out for a new video posted on my YouTube channel, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter on the first day of each month. Let us connect via our mobile phone on WhatsApp 869-668-9752 or via email peter@goadriens.com. Thank you for viewing. Please subscribe and like my video. Enjoy your education. It's a lifelong experience with God. You will enjoy it to make you happy.